Good evening. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professionals. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professionals. Thank you all for joining us and staying with us till the end. Honorable knowledge seekers, today I am your host for the evening. My name is Ananna. I'm from Bangladesh. Dear knowledge seekers, I'm proud to be associated with IGP. IGP is a social and ISO certified international educational and training institute. In the last 3 years, we have already served 35 million plus knowledge seekers from 100 plus countries. IGP is internationally recognized and globally accredited. We are connected to more than 450 plus professions and 4,500 plus organizations. Institute of Global Professionals IGP is the training facility for skill development, which was founded in 2020 and is generating competent candidates to meet demand in global labor market by providing professional qualifications. The Institute of Global Professionals is an education institute that provides socially work globally recognized and reputable. We serve students and community resources providing holistic social work and education. We believe that it's not effective to increase one skill just by equaling formal education. So, we provide effective training and consultation to generate proficient generations all over the world. We distribute our services locally, nationally, and internationally to students, job seeker, job holder, and also for learners to respective campus locations and distance learning platforms. We are an occupational and dependable institution. IGP is one of the famous online institutes from all over the world. Our vision is education isn't a business product. It's a part of our human rights. Based on our vision, we are trying to reach all corners of the world for free webinars, seminar courses, award quiz competitions, mentoring and counseling, etc. On the other side, we are also trying to offer more than 100 premium services for free, like creating our portfolio website, resume builder, cover letter, motivational letter, and world knowledge platform for gathering general knowledge which can upgrade all day. Kids learning games website, free courses and converter sites, and many more. We help to empower you to learn to meet the expectations and dreams and become highly skilled people. We implement several training program, webinar, and offline online courses for youth and learners by professional training speakers and coaches. Our sessions are conducted by globally renowned professionals to develop all kinds of youth and to promote the education of their abilities and personalities. Spreading knowledge is crucial for the Institute of Global Professionals. We believe that knowledge is love and light and vision. So, we try to understand the needs of today's generation and will serve them with good research and practice methods. We must have a genuine concern for the learner. We represent more diversity, growth, and innovation are required. To lead a session with professionalism, passion, and integrity, IGP members are committed to offering effective, best quality services and continual improvement so that individuals who seek information can improve their skill levels and value. Before you move to the next, let me remind, don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very well to us. Thank you. Before we move to the next, let me remind, don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable to us. Thank you. Moving to the next, with your continuous support, we have already completed 2,341 webinars successfully. Moving to the next, with your continuous support, we have already completed 2,341 webinars successfully. Dear IGP speakers, participants, and well wishers, at this moment, this is a very important message for you all. We changed and designed our website www.eduigp.com. On this website, we have surprises for everyone. Hope you will be benefited. We already launched our new website where you can find all of our previous activities together with lots of new features. But one strong point is that without an account or logged in, you cannot enjoy our service. So create your account for once with your proper information. Note that with your proper information, you will enjoy our features. It means matches data. You can do anything here. From now on, you have to participate in live quiz competitions on our website with plus Slido. You have to join directly on our website. Now you can check all of our previous webinars with verified e-certificates. Now it's easier and time oriented because after this session, we will not provide you with any code for certification. You have to take part in one exam. After that, if you passed, you will receive your certificate, otherwise not. But you can take part in an exam unlimited till you pass. If you are an IGP speaker, you can download all of your previous certificates, speakership certificate. If you are a host of IGP, you can download your certificate of gratitude. If you are an online quiz competition winner, you can download your certificate of participation. If you are selected for a lifetime membership, then you can download a certificate of lifetime membership easily. Besides this, if you participated any award function which organizes combined support with IGP, you can download that also. You can instantly prepare and download 18 type of student certificate from our website within a minute. Certificate of Global Professional Membership, Certificate of Global Influencer during the pandemic, Certificate of Active Knowledge Seeker, Certificate of Social Activist during the pandemic, Certificate of Achievement IGP Knowledge Seeking Campaign 2020, Certificate of Achievement IGP Knowledge Seeking Campaign 2021, Certificate of Achievement IGP Knowledge Seeking Campaign 2022, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 1, Authentic Assessment in Teaching Learning, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 2, Teach English as a Foreign Language and Assessment, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 3, Digital Classroom Engagement Tool, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 4, The Nutrients and Education, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 5, Upskill in Organizational Leadership and Managerial Skills, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 6, Trends in Innovation in Mathematics Education, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 7, Research a Comprehensive Approach, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 8, Art in Teaching a Special Program in the Art, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 9, 21st Century Tools in Teaching Mathematics, Certificate of IGP Corporate Ambassador, Certificate of IGP Campus Ambassador, which you can prepare and download within a minute. From now on, you can participate in 1000 plus international level quizzes with verified e-certificates. Teaching tips for teachers, health tips for parents, health tips for teens, gamification tools for teachers. You can join IGP Alumni. You can check out our 50 plus premium services websites for free and many more. Dear IGP well-wishers, we promised previously, but lack of our technical issues, we are late sending you on time. This is a great opportunity to collect your previous credential. We solve all issues from our website. Now you can enroll, reset password, everything. You can check your dashboard for all webinar details. It's a cordial request to you. Check our buttons and pages on our website. Surely I can say you will be benefited. Thank you, but note that without an account logged in, you cannot enjoy our services. At present, we are going to start our 2340 program, and program name is Slot Based Robotic System SDGs by 2030, and our honorable speaker is Dr. Anjum Nazir Qureshi. And now is a very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with her presentation. Hello, ma'am.
Can I present my screen?
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, hello. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, ma'am, you are audible, but I cannot see you, ma'am. Yes,
Yeah,
now you
now
are.
it's okay.
Yes,
You
now you are visible. Thank you
okay?
so
So
much,
can I?
ma'am. I hope you are doing great, ma'am. On behalf of IGP Knowledge Seekers, wants to hear from you about you, ma'am. Now the stage is yours, and over to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So thank you very much. So today I will be presenting my topic, the role of IoTs in achieving SDGs, because this was actually a topic that we'll be talking about how a technology called as Internet of Things would be helping in achieving the sustainable development goals. Because nowadays we have been discussing so much about sustainable development goals, and at the same time, due to digital advancement, we are also talking about the different technologies. In fact, if we try to see that all the sustainable development goals, they are interlinked, and they are all interlinked, and these all these technologies that we are using today, somewhere or the other, they will be helping in achieving. So here I have this selected one technology which is called as the Internet of Things, and we will be discussing how Internet of Things will be helping in achieving the SDGs. So if we try, first let us just try to know in short what is Internet of Things. Internet of Things. If you see, it is actually it refers to the interconnecting of physical devices in which the devices, if we see, they can be at some kind of appliances at your home. They can be vehicles. And all these appliances or the vehicles or the things or the human beings, they are embedded with software, sensors, and connectivity that enables these objects to connect and exchange data. So this technology allows for the collection and sharing of data from vast network of devices, thereby creating opportunities for more efficient and automated systems. IoT is a networking of physical objects that contain electronics embedded within their architecture in order to communicate and sense interactions amongst each other or with respect to the external environment. So, in the coming years, IoT based technology will offer advanced levels of services and practically change the way people live their daily lives. The advancements in medicine, advancements in power gen therapies, agriculture, smart cities, smart homes. So these are such just a few examples where IoT is strongly established. In IoT, it is a system of interrelated things, computing devices, mechanical and digital machines, objects, animals, or people that are provided with unique identifiers. And it is the ability to transfer the data over a network requiring human to human or human to computer interaction, and sometimes the human interaction is not even required. So this is what we say because we can be communicating from any part of the world. So the Internet of Things and it is sometimes referred to as the technology which can be accessed from any place, that is from anywhere on the earth you can be accessing it. Then you can be accessing at any time and you can access any content. Then you can be accessing anything, that is any device that is being connected to your network. You can be connecting any device. Then you can connect with anybody. So this is again one more feature of IoT. Then you can be connecting it to any service or any business, and you can be using any path or any network. So these are some of the features of IoT, which is actually making it very different and a very versatile and dynamic technology. So if we see, let us see the basic components that we have in IoT. Yeah. So these are actually some of the applications that are widely being used. Well, the applications are even many. But if we have a look at when we are implementing any kind of IoT network, so there are four key components of IoT. That is, we have device or sensor. Then we have to talk about connectivity, then data processing, and the interface. So IoT, as I told, it is a network of interconnected computer devices which are enabled in everyday objects, enabling them to send and receive data. So currently, more than 9 billion things, that is the physical objects, are being connected to the internet. And in the near future, this is going to increase. And sometimes the people believe that the number of devices that will be connected through IoT is going to it will be even more than the number of human beings on this earth. So IoT, it is massively scalable and efficient, and there is these devices, but yes, sometimes there are also issues like they must be having some intermittent connectivity. But before that, just let's talk about some of the applications that are widely being used. And here you can see the applications. I will just discussing some of the applications that are being used. Now, if the first application that we see over here is the uh, let's start from agriculture, right? So if we talk about agriculture, because we know that the world population is increasing, and of course the demand for food also increase, or the demand for agricultural products will increase, and because now the people are moving from big cities, moving towards the big cities. So again, the human resources required for agricultural development it will increase. So the IoT and its related technologies can play a very important role in automating the farm processes and fulfilling the demand, in which they can contribute to like environmental monitoring for the farmers, or it can help in knowing the level of moisture in the soil so that the farmer can water the soil, or it can even help in knowing the environmental conditions. So these are all some of the applications where IoT will be helping the farmers, or IoT will be helping the agriculturalists. The next application is the consumer application. So it is making people's lives easier by monitoring and managing their lifestyle. And there is a massive market for intelligent electronics, watches, television systems, health tracking, and virtual reality. So, in addition, IoT is leading the market with applications such as home security and personal asset tracking. Then we have the healthcare. So healthcare is generally being implemented through wearable IoT devices, where the healthcare professionals can monitor their patients remotely. There, you don't need to take the patient to the hospital, but in fact, with the wearable device that a patient will be having, the doctor will be able to monitor the health parameters of his patient, like blood pressure, sugar levels, and body temperature. And if there are some kind of very large variation that of their value, these health parameters are very high or very below the threshold level, so automatically the doctors will be getting an alert, and even the relatives will be getting an alert, and the doctors can take immediate action. Then insurance, because IoT is also altering the traditional business models like insurance. It simplifies and accelerates the claim and underwriting process. And besides reducing costs, digital networking through IoT will generate additional revenues. Cross selling and more significant customer interaction became a strategic component for insurance. Then in the manufacturing side, yes, of course, in the industry, IoT is being used, and it is more, we can say, it creates a more technically driven environment for manufacturing industry. It can automatically track development cycles, it can facilitate the production flow, and it can manage the inventories. The next application is retail. So IoT can help to collect the data. Uh, it can help to collect the data, and on the data that is actually related to the shopping life cycle of the product. So once this data is processed and it is analyzed, so the retail managers can make valuable decisions to improve the retail operations and the customer experience. Then the next is transportation. So it can improve the transportation system of a city by improving communication and information distribution. So in this, it will be actually giving route information. It will help in weather monitoring, automobile tracking. Like there can be the people can know the which view when. In fact, most of us know that IoT can help in determining the shortest route that we are having. And sometimes, in case of some natural calamities or disasters, when the roads are getting blocked, so it will also help the people to have an alternative. The next application here is utilities or energy. So the grid can have IoT capabilities where we will be having intelligent meters receive. So here the receiver, the sensors, and the energy boxes will be communicating with each other. So we can actually monitor the level of power that is being used in the homes and also in the industry, because whenever the consumption of the power increases, we get an alert, and that we have to actually manage with it. We have to control the consumption of power. So it will improve efficiency and it will conserve resources. So utility providers can keep up with the rising demand by optimizing energy and distribution with the help of IoT. Then the next application is traffic monitoring, in which the intelligent traffic monitoring will help improve the decision making and it will achieve the urban growth. And IoT based system will collect, process, and analyze real time traffic data to provide updates on traffic incidents and condition. And it will also provide early warning messages to save and commute time during peak hours. And yes, of course, hospitality, it is one more application where the hotels will allow guests to control, the hotels will allow the guests to control the air conditioning, heating, and ventilation from a central location. and the television control and breathing devices will be common. So IoT devices will alert the staff about various the operating status of the various appliances that are being used in the hotel, and as a result, the technicians can fix critical appliances even before any major functionality loss is caused. Then we have water supply. IoT applications have a potential solution to monitor, control, and regulate the usage of water. Then there is smart pollution control, where the IoT devices and the attached sensors are stationed at key locations. They monitor the pollution levels and periodically upload the data to the cloud. And of course, all these applications when used together in a city, it helps in developing a smart city, in fact, not just a smart city, but a sustainable smart city. And these are the seven sustainable development goals, which are also called as the global goals. And as I said earlier, the main aim of the today's session is where we'll be discussing about what is the role, a key role of IoT in meeting the sustainable development goals by 2030. The Internet of Things is having a profound impact on the way we live and the way we consume. And increasingly, it is becoming a key enabler in sustainable development, both from the consumer as well as the industrial perspective. And IoT can help achieve the UN Sustainable Development Goals for 2030. Now, we already know that at its heart, there are 17 sustainable goals, which are an urgent call for action by all countries that develop or developing in a global partnership. So now let us see how all these goals and how many, and in fact, many of those goals are directly linked to the IoT, and some of the others are somewhat indirectly linked in how it will be helping. So this is what I have been saying. There are 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development unanimously adopted at the United Nations Sustainable Development Summit in September 2015 positions science, technology, and innovation as one of the seven key action areas for achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. So yes, we are again talking about how one of those will technology, that is the IoT, will be helping. And of the 84% of the IoT programs addressing the Sustainable Development Goals, 75% of them concentrate on these five goals. First one, that is 25% of the programs they concentrate on SDG 9, that is industry, innovation, and infrastructure. 19% of them constitute on SDG 11, that is smart cities and communities. Then 19% of the programs they help in achieving SDG 7, that is affordable and green energy. Then 7% in achieving of them will help us in achieving SDG 3, which is good health and well-being, and nearly 5% of them will help in achieving SDG 12, that is responsible production and consumption. So now let's discuss the full, and let us start with SDG 2, that is zero hunger. So if we talk about how this would be helping, so there are over 7 people who call this planet their home. And according to a WFP report, an estimated 768 million people were chronically hungered in 2020, which increased to 828 million in 2022. To achieve the goal of zero hunger, there is a need to increase farm productivity, reduce food waste, and improve food storage and distribution. So, smart farming will enable farmers to reduce waste and increase productivity. Sensors can be used to monitor weather, soil, and crop condition in real time. Monitoring alone can save billions of gallons of water and gigawatts of electricity by reducing waste and yet increasing the farm productivity. AgriSource Data, that is an African-based startup leveraging IoT and AI for farm analytics, it claims to have saved 772 million liters of water, in the last 6 years and increased the average yield by around 9%. And the storage and transportation wastages can be greatly reduced by monitoring the environment to ensure optimal temperature and humidity levels. The real-time information helps take corrective action, leading to lower food wastage. And another area where IoT is playing a role is livestock monitoring, enabling the farm owners to monitor the well-being of their cattle and reduce the spread of diseases. The next SDG is SDG 3, that is good health and well-being. Now, if we have a look at the graph given over here, which actually it tells about the predicted global population is 60 years or over. So if we just have a look at these graphs, so we can see that the world population is aging and the elderly well-being is a concern. So, according to the World Bank, nearly 10% of the world's population is aged above 65, and in many developed countries, it is already at 20%. So, in such a scenario, it is imperative that the care shifts from hospitals to homes, and this is where connected health using IoT is coming to the rescue to provide quality care from the comfort of home. So the IoT devices are making independent senior living safer with the motion sensors and fall detection and panic buttons helping the caregivers monitor the elderly remotely. Air pollution, it is a key concern for well-being. So to make meaningful and timely action, it is important to measure the air quality at a hyper-local level, which is an expensive proposition. So installing air quality monitoring IoT sensors on vehicles is another method to collect the hyper-local pollution data. And the vehicles such as bin, lorries, buses, and council vehicles, they regularly drive throughout most urban and residential areas. So if we install the IoT air quality sensors on cars along with the GPS systems, it will be a way to collect the data without having to invest in hundreds of sensors in fixed locations. And wearable smartwatches in particular, they are motivating people to stay healthy. And the studies have shown that in the smartwatch purchases are increasing and the people step count increase with the increase in the uh, buying of the smartwatches or the purchases of the smartwatches, the people step count has increased by an average of 2,000. And the next SDG that we will like to talk about is Sustainable Development Goal number 4, that is quality education. And I know this quality education, it is one of the most favorite goals because we know that education is very important and it makes us, in fact, education makes us smarter. So, this IoT can make education more accessible, interactive, and collaborative. It can facilitate online real-time interaction between the students and teachers. And it has helped to expand the classroom into wider space. It will enable affordable CCTV systems that will monitor the electricity usage and they will become energy efficient. It will help in checking the attendance of students and employees uh, uh, in the school building management, transportation, etc. So, using IoT into the schools or into the educational institutions, this will actually help in converting our schools or the educational institutions or the higher education institution into smart and sustainable schools, where the technology will be having technology enabled sustainable resource management and will be having technology driven smart classroom. In fact, with the help of this technology, when we are promoting virtual learning, when we are promoting online education, in fact, the people who or the students who desire to study or to continue their education but are not able to do it either due to financial issues or either due to their remote location, even they will be able to do it. So let's talk about the next goal, that is SDG 06. that is clean water and sanitation. According to UNICEF and WHO, in 1 in 3 people globally does not have access to safe drinking water, and unsafe water is responsible for 1.2 million deaths every year. IoT can sustainably help achieve the clean water objective by reducing water wastage, monitoring water quality, and providing running water through innovative solutions. And it can also help for sanitation. The IoT powered smart solutions, they focus on bringing efficiency in waste collection and management. And yes, waste management, it is another very important concept where there will be where smart bins that are installed in different parts of the cities, and with this bins, what this bins will be having sensors where they can show the level of garbage, and once the bins are full, it will send an alert to the municipal organizations or the organizations who are engaged in this sanitation and cleaning. So once they receive this alerts, they will come to the particular dustbin and they will take away the garbage. Now, if using this kinds of techniques helps a lot for waste management because, for example, without this, the garbage collecting trucks they have to go every day to a particular location. And if no waste is collected, they have to come back. So this will waste their time and it will waste their energy. And moreover, when the vehicles are traveling, so the emissions from the vehicles it will cause pollution. So if the vehicles have to travel only and when required, that is when the dustbins are full. So this will save energy and it will also save us from the emission. So this is one of the good things that we find about waste management when we are using IoT. And similarly, when IoT is again combined with some other technologies like AI, so the context detecting techniques or the feature-based extraction methods that are used in machine learning, you can be even able to differentiate the waste, like whether it's a plastic or it's a glass or a material, and it will help in better disposal of waste. So the next is SDG 7, that is affordable and clean energy. We know that with the industrialization, so we are talking so much about industrialization, but industrialization it is incomplete without first is the pollution, and next we also have to talk about how the renewable energy sources are being maintained because now we are relying more on the fossil fuels and we are relying more on the non-renewable sources of energy. Yes, the pollution levels are increasing across the world, and energy it is a big source of pollution. So, efforts are being made to produce a clean energy at an affordable price. The reliability of renewable energy has been a concern for the same. Moreover, the cost of green technology has been on the higher side. So the combinations of IoT, AI, and machine learning technologies are helping improve reliability and reduce operational costs. The development of smart grids has been a boon for renewable energy as it improves the reliability of the energy supply by integrating renewable energy with traditional energy sources. In 2015, the SLs of Scilly UK partnered with Hitachi to reduce the island's reliance on fossil fuels and cut electricity bills by 40%. So, to meet the goal, the island council installed 400 kilowatts of solar panels on administrative and residential buildings and deployed the Hitachi's IoT platform to distribute the electricity harvested from renewable sources and monitor carbon emissions. The maintenance of field equipment like wind turbines is expensive and time consuming, but the IoT devices can capture data and relay it to the cloud, where the AI algorithms will compare the real time sensor readings with the historical data and assess whether the equipment is functioning properly. So, the power plant personnel and the field technicians access the data remotely to determine if repairs are required. So in this way, operation cost can be reduced by moving to prospective maintenance, and the advanced IoT system may also incorporate edge IoT devices that have enough computing power to locally process sensor data and control the machines without human interference. The use of smart energy meters enables the collection of real-time consumption data. So by using analytics and data processing solutions, electricity suppliers can spot trends and patterns related to peak load conditions. By 2024, it was estimated that 77% of the European households will have smart electric meters, and India is also planning to have 250 million smart meters by 2025. And the smart meter will not only bring benefits like accurate billing to consumers, but will also help the planners use real-time real-time data and analytics. Then SDG 09, that is industry, innovation, and infrastructure. So, creating resilient and sustainable infrastructure and industry and promoting innovation are among the key goals that are to be achieved by 2030. From the beginning, key use cases of IoT have been focused on industry and infrastructure, and therefore it is no wonder that an estimated of 35% to 40% of the IoT projects currently involve industry or infrastructure. There are innumerable ways in which IoT can help achieve this objective. For example, in the automotive industry, IoT could enable preventive maintenance, improve navigation, prevent collisions, and enable various levels of vehicle autonomy and other interesting services. In factories, connected operations can lift productivity, they can lower energy consumption, and reduce cost. So the US-based startup R system, it provides connected systems for data collection. The systems use sensors to collect factory data in real time, and thus it will provide detailed metrics to enable manufacturing optimization. The systems will be able to extract actionable insights from this data and facilitate predictive maintenance, and this will help the factories from moving to preventive to predictive maintenance, improving uptime. There. The next is SDG 11, that is sustainable and smart cities. So, yeah. If we talk about sustainable and smart cities, we know that if we just have a look at how the population has been increasing. So the urban population has actually started increasing after 2010. And in fact, the rural population, means the people living in the rural areas is decreasing, but the people living in the urban areas is increasing. And in fact, just in 2009, the world's urban population has surpassed the portion of people that are living in the rural areas. So we can say that the world is becoming increasingly urbanized. So over 60% of the world's population is projected to live in cities by 2030. So rapid urbanization is going on in, especially in the emerging economies like India and Indonesia, and the cities account for 70% of the carbon emissions. So we can say that sustainable cities are needed to fight off the threat for climate change. So I not only support sustainable cities, but it also aligns services and facilities with the citizens' needs. IoT and other digital transformation technologies can be embedded across the city infrastructure. The smart traffic signals can respond to different traffic conditions, thereby saving time and fuel as well as relieving the congestion. The connected smart bins can alert the authorities when the bin is full, so the waste collection can move from a pre-decided itinerary to a need-based frequency. Then there are security camera networks that can make cities safer. It will reduce the consumption of the fossil fuels, and thus it will help in having a sustainable and cleaner environment. And Europe has taken the lead in installing connected charging stations, which has led to a steeper adoption of electric vehicles. One of the examples of a sustainable city is Peachtree Corners, which is 20 miles north of Atlanta. The city has smart buildings that is connected highways, sensors, cameras, and other smart devices. Bosch is testing its intelligent video analytics with machine learning capabilities on the roads in Peachtree Corners, covering a connected intersection, driverless vehicles, teleoperated scooters, and autonomous package delivery. Singapore has taken the smart city concept to the next level because recently Singapore completed work on the world's first digital twin of an entire nation. So there are many such more organizations that are actually accelerating the process of transformation, and they are transforming the building and transportation models of the country. SDG 12. The next SDG that we would like to discuss is SDG 12, which is responsible production and consumption. So, the integration of digital technologies and data analytics enables organizations to monitor and optimize resource consumption, to identify the inefficiencies, and also to make informed decisions. It helps in leveraging real time data. The businesses can identify areas for improvement and it can implement sustainable practices throughout their value chains. It facilitates the transition to a circular economy where the resources are kept in use for as long as possible. Innovations like product lifecycle tracking, reverse logistics, and remanufacturing processes, technology enables the reduction of waste. It promotes recycling and fosters sustainable consumption and production. And integrating renewable sources and optimizing energy usage through intelligent systems can lead to a substantial earning energy savings, mitigating the environmental impact and promoting sustainable practices. Then the next is SDG 30, that is climate action. Sensors can be used to track the consumption of energy. In fact, the energy which is used in the managing the lighting and monitoring the desk usage more efficiently. Managing the lighting, this is a very important application. We can see it is being used in the smart cities and even in the houses. Like one of the examples that I can give over here is like we are having street lights where the street lights will be on throughout, throughout the evening time. In fact, the next day. But with a smart lighting system, what it can be done is the lights will be off, and as soon as the sensor sense that someone is approaching, it can be a human being is walking, or it can be someone coming on a vehicle, or it can be some animal. So when these lights, when they start sensing a presence of some individual, it will go on, and the person leaves that particular area, the light will be off. So actually, this kind of initiatives it will help in saving a lot of energy. Besides that, it will help in reducing the carbon footprint and reduce the amount of energy that is being wasted. It will help to manage the wider environment for managing floods, wildfires, monitoring pollution, and preserving fragile peatlands. Yes, because it helps in climate action by helping managing disaster, or it helps in disaster management. For if we talk about the disaster, yes, it is not always possible to prevent the disaster, but using IoT into disaster management can help to reduce the loss. For example, if the IoT can be used for the environmental monitoring or prediction or the prediction of climate, so if it is estimated that it is going to rain very heavily, and if it rains so heavily, so if there may be like conditions like the conditions like flood may arise. So if we have this prediction before, the people can be moved through a safer area. So in this way, actually, though we cannot prevent, but we can actually prevent the loss and the damage that is being caused by the natural disaster. Or similarly, if a road is being blocked due to landslide, then it can help the people to have another route and go through another safe route. So these are all some of the applications where the IoT can be a great help in disaster management. And as the UK is embarking on the path to reach net zero emissions by 2050, many organizations, including the local and the central governments, are looking at advancements in technology to help them not only to improve performance but also reduce their carbon footprint and help manage the effects of climate change. This is where connectivity and IoT technology can play a significant role to help the organization to achieve their aims. The next sustainable development goal is SDG 14, that is life below water. So it will enable a system of autonomous underwater vehicles um, to communicate with each other, which will help in collecting data and transmitting it to the control centers above the surface at regular internet speeds. The information can be used for a wide variety of tasks such as surveying crashes and shipwrecks and detecting early signs of tsunamis, monitoring health of the animals, as well as creating interactive real-time aquatic education, archaeological expeditions, and ecological monitoring applications. Wi-Fi can travel only few meters under the water, and the signal transmission is not effective. So there will be huge cost of implementing sensors and the autonomous underwater vehicles. This can be also affected by signal interference from ships, waves, and background noise from the marine life. Now, as IoT helps in achieving SDG 14, that is life below water, it also has a greater role to play in achieving SDG number 15, that is the life on land. IoT can help protect the world's forest as it's unable to research the monitors, research it can help to protect the world's forest that enables the researchers to monitor areas of forest that would normally be inaccessible or too costly to reach by using drones in preventing and fighting forest fires. We can also use solar energy to activate sensors that monitor the rainforest and it will send messages in real time if illegal activity is detected. Then the sensors that are located high up in the sky with built-in solar panels that eliminate the need for battery change or maintenance. Then there are virtual fence with the IoT sensors to create digital boundaries around protected areas, alerting authorities when the animals approach the boundaries, allowing them to intervene if necessary. And it also, one more thing, if we call about life on land, it will help to reduce the human wildlife conflict, thereby protecting both the endangered species and the human communities. Because human wildlife conflict, it has become a great concern, especially in the regions which are located near to the forest, because there has been deforestation at a greater level. So animals have started approaching the cities, and the number of man-animal conflicts have increased. But as we talk about the SDGs and how IoT will be helping in achieving the SDGs, so of course there can be some challenges which are they can be barriers to the success. So there are technical barriers and there are also commercial funding roadblocks. The technical barriers it includes like lack of interoperability in various solutions and equipment, and a lot of IoT software solutions in the market can only work with certain types of hardware, sensors, or machines. So we can see that there are compatibility issues, there are scalability issues when we are working with IoT, and this needs to be improved, though the research is going on. But still, because as the applications are improving, the kind of uh, uh, its applications are improving, and also because the number of applications are increasing, new devices are being introduced. So we have to take care like how this softwares can be compatible, because though we talk about the technology that can be accessed, but it should be made accessible to everyone, and not necessarily the right solution for their needs, and it requires them to purchase hardware and equipment that can be very expensive. So the cost factors like its installation and using it can be sometimes expensive for the people. And if especially because the technology is advancing, so one of the very important points that I would like to mention is that IoT is actually creating a lot of waste sometimes. And if due to some reasons, if the hardware and the software companies they stop making the product that you are using, your product will be of no use, and it can't be used in that way because there is a lack of compatibility with the other devices. And of course, because a lot of hardware and software is being involved, and sometimes these devices can be expensive. Then the second or the next barrier is the commercial funding roadblocks, because the 95% of the IoT projects are in the small to medium scale range, and this is largely due to the IoT market being in its infancy. The early adopters of IoT and their socio-economic and environmental benefits in the five most lucrative sectors will pave the way for implementation in the 11 other equally as important SDGs. The budgets are extremely limited, and the mainstream business and P&L budgets, which are sustainably larger, can convert the small implementation into large-scale deployments. And another thing is that when we talk about IoT, the data privacy and security concerns are there a lot, and this again becomes a great concern because which is actually becoming and creating an hindrance in the adoption of IoT, because because IoT it involves exchanging a lot of data. So while IoT, we can see it is linked to all the 17 SDGs, a strong correlation is there, as we saw about the different goals that we discussed. And from reducing energy emissions and energy consumption to improving process efficiencies and decreasing waste, those companies that embrace IoT early will help to make a better tomorrow. So the IoT enables organizations to achieve all this and more through remote equipment monitoring and predictive maintenance, leading to reduced equipment downtime, resulting in lowered carbon dioxide emissions and optimized operations. So the companies that adopt these practices early will see improved production and performance and quality outputs, and improving customer satisfaction and directly impacting the bottom line revenues. Sustainably connected consumer customer experiences and efficient clean processes become the drivers for disruption. Equipment manufacturers that have not adopted IoT for a sustainable future will be competing against companies that are constantly innovating or diversifying their offerings and attracting new customers with a focus on creating a sustainable future in an increasingly connected world. And of course, though there are, number of benefits, and also there are some challenges towards the implementation of IoT. But IoT can also we can say it help in maintaining or have a greater role to play in having a sustainable circular economy. So we cannot underestimate the role of IoT in achieving circular economy, because we know that circular economy is defined as a framework that tackles global challenges like climate change, waste pollution, and biodiversity loss by moving us away from the single use to the renewable use. So the idea is here is to stop the take, make, dispose linear economic model and replace it with the make, use, recycle, circular economic model. So using things longer can be seen as a key part of the circular economy world, meaning that we replace the things less frequently. So the IoT is pivotal in providing the necessary connections required in the design and the build process. Means the process that or the so means in designing the goods and the services that will minimize the impact on the planet. So this step is instrumental in connecting your equipment to the field service technicians and equipment manufacturers manufacturers who will be monitoring the equipment, and the equipment managers will play a significant role in the process, providing guidance regarding equipment health, specific repair, etc. So, with the help of IoT, we can say um, that IoT is that connect the physical world to the internet. So by making improvements in even in any one of the SDGs, like we can be helping to achieve many SDGs at a time. Like for example, if we talk yes, the, the IoT and completely sustainably plans, the organizations are working, they can work towards a more sustainable world, sourcing responsibly, lowering energy usage, improving the process efficiencies, reducing emissions. They can better differentiate the products and they can create new revenue systems from service contracts, which in turn will decrease the cost for maintenance services by avoiding unexpected downtime and improve customer satisfaction by having a better understanding of the equipment performance, and it can enable sustainability reporting to meet sustainability goals for internal and external stakeholders. So this is all what I had from my side. So we can say that yes, it is explaining, and the IoT is helping us a lot. And in fact, IoT is helping us to have a connected world, which is not only connected world, but along with that, it will be a sustainable world. So this is what I had from my side, and thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for rich content presentation which can impact our knowledge seeker surely. After your presentation, I hope our knowledge seeker can learn something new, which was our only intention. Learn and grow together, IGP knowledge seeker. Once again, thank you so much, ma'am, for your presentation. Now, ma'am, it's time for our question answer session, which is the one more valuable part of our regular webinar. Honorable ma'am, please stay with us. After a short video, we will back in our session part 2, which is the question answer part. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have an online quiz competition, webinar certification. Welcome back, ma'am. Welcome back to our participant. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have an online quiz competition and webinar certification. Ma'am, I think after your wonderful presentation, our participants can understand the topic very clearly. That's why no questions from our participants. So once again, thank you so much, ma'am, for your time in IGP. We have learned a lot from you with new topic. It will add some value to our day-to-day activity along with our academic and professional growth. Honorable ma'am, hope to see you again with a new topic and a new date. Thank you, ma'am. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Honorable ma'am, before we move to the next, if you want to leave this studio, you can. The IGP knowledge seekers time for the webinar certification process, the most even powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. The IGP knowledge seekers time for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. Certification process. Visit www.edioigp.com. Please visit www.edioigp.com and find the learning session and get enrolled. After watching completing part 1, move to the next learning test passing mark 80%. If passed, back to the course again to download your certificate. If failed to retake the quiz, download your certificate in PDF or JPG. For your attention, I am going to share the procedure again. Visit www.edioigp.com. Please make sure your presence on our website. Find the learning session and get enrolled. After watching completing part 1, move to the next line test passing mark 80%. If passed, back to the course again to download your certificate. If failed to retake the quiz, download the certificate in PDF or JPG. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, time for the webinar certificate. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, for electricity issue, we cannot continue the course session. So at the end of first session, we can say properly feed your skill. Never stop learning, cause life never stop teaching us. Be happy, stay safe. See you again and again. We want your participation in every program. if you want to live a happy life, try to go not a people or things, Albert Einstein. Before I start and like button, I can also thank all IGP knowledge seeker for participation as always. See you again in the next session. Thank you.